into this question, tell us about StoryBeat with Steve. Who should tune into this and why?
So StoryBeat is really dedicated to anyone who's interested in how creative process works. How can you make something? How do you create? How does your artistic process work? And so for the last 7 years or so, I've dedicated a lot of time and energy to talking to all kinds of successful creative people about how they make it happen. Now, I've been a writer for almost 50 years, and so I have my own creative process. But when people create, frequently they don't know how other people create. And sometimes,
Mm.
if they can learn how someone else does something, they may get inspiration to do whatever they're doing, maybe differently or better or in some unique way. And so, about 7, 8 years ago, I decided I would be interested in uncovering or delving into uh, artists, creators of all kinds on how they do what they do. And that's what StoryBeat is.
That's amazing. So the people who tune in are typically creators who are earlier in their career, who are looking for inspiration, looking to learn from other creators, and so that's the people who are tuning into it, right?
I think there are a wide variety of people tuning in, but yes, I think a lot of the folks that are listeners are trying to understand how they can make their own creative life better, more efficient, smarter, and take it down to the next levels. Uh, but yes, I think there are people who are actually deeply involved in creativity that are professionals that are also listening to the show and finding
Mm.
inspiration in what they hear in others. Again, I think the creative process generally, if you work on a
Mm.
movie, you're working with collaborators, right?
Right.
But generally speaking, writing, painting, creating music, that kind of thing, generally that's done as a solo
Solo.
act by yourself.
Right.
And so, do I know how Stephen King thinks and writes? No. Do
Mm.
I know how Bryan Cranston thinks, how he's going to perform in a scene in a movie or TV show? No. So it's interesting to ask that question. And then you discover one of the interesting things you discover is not only are there things they're doing that you're not that may be inspirational, but you may also discover that you are actually doing something just like they're doing. And so you
Mm.
can go, wow, I'm down the right path. So it's very useful that way.
I love it. Yeah, I think these are big names, and I know that some of these people have been on your show as well. And so